baby. Alright, we're back. So, legs. Seems like we train legs once a month at this rate, which it ain't great, but it is what it is. I'll actually go get my my massage gun. And actually get my massage ball as well. My jaws are pretty messed up. So I have this ball in here, and try and ease a bit of this. Ease a bit of that tension. Alright, so I should start with my teeny tiny calves. But it is a bit of a hassle to set up, but I guess we don't really have much choice. So I'm gonna go ahead and pile a couple of slabs here. Move some of this shit around. A bit of clutter forming here, which we need to take care of. It's two enough. I think it should be. Might as well do a bit of a warm-up set here. So I'm kind of remembering that we've done these on 3 slabs, because once you get some of that stretch going, then the height isn't quite enough. Although 3 seems like a lot. Let's go with 2 for the time being, and then we gotta put the counterweight. Counterweight on the other side, because it will otherwise begin to slide out of place a bit. Something like that. I think we're way too close here. Move. Gonna move to the back here. Something like that. It's bringing the SSB. Oh, come on. Stupid. I'm still quite sore from our last session, so just getting around here is a bit of a challenge. All right, so let's jump right in here and test this out. It's a very special kind of a pain that I feel from doing calves. Honestly, I have no aspirations to grow them. And I'm not saying that only because they're absolutely tiny, but I usually start with calves because they stretch out the calf and they also kind of stretch out the part where they connect to the knee. And I do that so that I can get more mobility for my hamstrings, and therefore then I can get more mobility for my squatting. That's not to say I wouldn't love to have big calves, but they're I don't have the best how should I put this without using the word genetics? Let's just use the word genetics. Don't have the best ones for that. They tend to be pretty like this. That's not to say I couldn't grow them. Obviously I could, but it's let's just say it's a very limited desire for me, and I'm far more interested in keeping my lower body functional than keeping it big. But obviously I'd love to have everything big. Why not? I mean, that's amazing. But I do have some limitations to this reality, but I would love to have my legs where they were before, and they were pretty good at one point. Let's just adjust that pad a bit. Ooh. Oh my lord, that burns in a very different way. I think one of the, maybe what's toughest about these is the bottom of my feet, which are super flat, and that kind of makes this maybe more painful than the actual calves. But I was actually doing calf raises with something that I was super surprised by, but this feels a level up. Okay, so I had 55 kg for 12. We have 30 here and it's feeling like plenty. So I don't know how I did that, but I do remember it was very painful. That much I do recollect. Alright, let's get the tenors out. What I'm trying to remember here is just range of motion and technique more than anything else, and just do a bodybuilding type of a technique of slow and controlled, and try and come back up as fast as possible. I don't know how this is gonna go because that felt pretty pretty sad already, but let's see how it turns out. Oh, that's heavy. Oh my lord. That's very, very sad, but it's better than nothing, I guess. So that was, well, 40 kg. Was that 10? I think so. So we've gone down quite a bit. Definitely didn't feel as bad before. Like, my range of motion there was a hell of a lot more limited than it was before. But could also be, I mean, I'm still recovering from the last session, which was quite a bit more intensive than what I'm what's the word? Acclimated to. So in that sense, it's not surprising, and I'm really trying to focus on just letting the weights feel the way that they do. I don't want to get caught up in the weight pretty much at all at this stage, because I need to first acclimatize myself to just the amount of work that I want to be doing, and from there we can begin to be more what's the word, scrutinizing when it comes to the weight itself. So let's grab this normal barbell here, and next up we're going to do Romanian deadlifts. I'm going to unrack from the handles here. If you have to move stuff around a bit more, this is really the downside of my gym. The space is a commodity here. Alright, so, oh yeah, we should probably somewhat track this on the good old watch. So let's bang out just a warm up with the barbell here. I don't know if this feels like anything, but some shit on the floor. So super tight hamstrings. So right now, on this, I really just try and focus on the hip hinge as much as possible. Just trying to get as much and as big of a stretch in the hamstrings as possible. That's the only thing I'm really thinking about. Just allowing the hips to move back, get the stretch, and then once it's at its maximum, you know, push up, drive through the glutes. That's it. This is really for me just like a hamstring glute exercise, which it is, but especially for now, just I really try and isolate that as much as you can with a compound movement like this. So I'm actually gonna massage gun a bit of my, I don't know what these actually even are, but like top side glute, I guess. Really, I have a lot of tension there, and I find that it really actually helps with RDLs and squatting. I don't know what I do to kind of jam it up like this, but I really find this loosens up the hip for me but quite a bit. And actually this kind of front hip area as well. This is a really good spot. I feel like it just kind of loosens up the area, and I get that extra bit of mobility. Because a lot of it is just like pent up tightness. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Ooh, I think this could be because of the rows I did, the one arm rows, because there's a tiny bit of rotation, and since my legs are thoroughly under-trained right now, it could be that the hips sort of try to had to work a bit too much to even hold a sitting position. Good. So I'm just gonna keep, basically as I'm warming up, I'm doing as many reps as I feel like I need to get smooth with the weight. And once I hit that spot, I stop. And then I do the jump to the next. This is a very obviously intuitive, subjective thing, so not like a very good general piece of advice, because maybe you don't have the interoception to do that. You probably need to train first, or maybe you have better than I do, but usually find that that's really the best thing for me during warm-ups. And I also warm up pretty slowly. What's up? Let me get this pronunciation right. I don't know how to pronounce this. Okay, so it could be Ikuenan balls? Not balls. That's definitely not how it's... I'm sorry, I butchered your name. It's probably... Okay, I get it. Okay, I get it now. What's up, Finitz? Is that Finitz? Is that how you pronounce it? Nice to have you with us. So yeah, Dick and Balls 47 has followed, and also Finitz has followed. Thanks for the follows, guys. All right. Alright, so that's feeling surprisingly good. So we're gonna jump up. I don't think we're gonna go past this weight, but this will be good. I'll see if I'm just gonna do the one working set for this, because we still need to do the squatting, but oh, finest. Okay, makes sense. How you doing? Where are you hailing from? Alright, so I think I'm gonna strap up. Not because of the grip, but because it lets me use less of my grip, which helps me focus on the actual muscles that I'm trying to train here. And also I'm trying to conserve some nervous system energy or strength, because gripping can take up a lot of that. So this allows me to just basically make the weight hang as much as possible. Cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it at that for these today. Don't want to overdo it, because even if it is a Romanian deadlift, it's still gonna be pretty taxing, and I'm just gonna try and ease into working out my legs more, because they do take quite a bit to recover from. So Just trying to ease in. Try and be smart about this, especially since I'm still recovering from the previous session. But Finest says, I just got myself a punching bag. I'm trying to lose some weight. I'm watching some videos right now on how to start. That's really good. I mean, if you really get into boxing, that's a tremendous cardio workout more than anything else. Obviously, you do get some tricep training in, some shoulders, just like a good overall functional strength type of thing. But to box, you really need to be in good cardio shape. So that's definitely a really good thing to be doing. Also with boxing, you get to exert some of that pent up energy. So that's always good. Get some of the rage out of the system. It's always a good idea. Alright, where am I gonna put these goddamn weights? Let's just leave it there. I'm gonna take these safeties off because with the SSB bar, it's easy for these edges to get caught up here. And I'm also not gonna be pushing to failure. So it's not an issue. Also, in terms of the height here, I watched some of the videos I did with my squatting before, and I think it's I'm better off right now with the normal height of this. Get some strength in my legs, work on my mobility, and once that begins to open up, then I can actually deepen my squat. But right now it's, I think deep squatting is causing more issues for me than anything good, because I don't have the mobility to do it in such a way that it doesn't aggravate my lower back. Is this too low? I guess maybe we could do. We could actually try a step higher. But yeah, if you want to lose weight, I mean, cardio is great, but also should probably try and do some lifting as well, some resistance training. I recommend just like the basic barbell movements. They're always tremendous, but it really helps with just your metabolic health. You're just going to lose more weight. It's going to, obviously the calorie consumption is going to, or the calorie burn is going to be higher as well. Cardio does more than lifting for that, for sure, but it really regulates your appetite and you know, it's just a good idea. Don't have to do anything crazy, but you know, basic stuff. Yeah, I mean, some kind of a mix of cardio and resistance training is a really good idea. Thanks for the follow, Gamer Geisha Girl. That's a good name. GGG. All right, let's try and get in here. But yes, I mean, it's like questions like that, or like people who are in the situation you are in. That's the exact reason why I'm working on this course that I want to put together, which is basically lifting for creative people, or people who come at it from a very different kind of an angle, like a very non-fitnessy type of a person. I don't know if you are, but it's just what I want to do the course for, because it's so hard to know where to start if you have no background in it at all, and if you have no sort of, I guess any kind of considerable amount of knowledge regarding it. It can be a bit overwhelming, and I think there's a ton of great fitness content out there, but not a ton that comes from the angle of someone like myself who came from music into this. So a lot of those people who make a lot of good stuff, they've always kind of had some kind of a fitness angle, whereas there's a lot of people who don't. So I'm hoping it's going to be somewhat useful to people. All right, let's see how this feels like. I wonder why I have this bit of a tilt in my posture, but fine. As you can see, not a tremendous range of motion, but gotta get my legs stronger first. And more importantly, I gotta get my mobility improved. But this is pretty decent in the sense that from a kind of a hypertrophy muscle building standpoint, I get to keep the tension going throughout the movement and just kind of focus on the tension, keeping the tension up. Obviously this is not great from the perspective of not having full range of motion, which does severely limit the amount of gains you can make, but you have to compromise somehow here. Good. It feels good to be doing actually some legs. But man, they are not in a good shape. I can feel that much. If this is already, I can feel it eliciting a stimulus. Let's put it that way. So. But this is as good as it's going to get right now. I'm going to focus on being glad about being able to do this. Also, I like that training legs is a bit of a cardio thing as well, because it does get your heart rate up doing squats and the likes. Finest says, yep, I myself used to weigh 440 pounds. That's a lot. I couldn't move so easily, so I got a little help with gastric sleeve surgery. I now weigh 270. That's a really good improvement already. So congrats and good job on that. Actually, we had someone else on the stream, maybe like a month, maybe 2 months ago, who had the same, kind of a very similar story. But 270 is already, that's a fantastic improvement to 440. That's already a really, really good change. But if you have that, the gastric sleeve done, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are missing on the weightlifting component, because building muscle, it just, everything about it, and all the hormones that you get out of working out, it improves your metabolic profile, your metabolic health so much that it could be like or I could say it's at least one gear that you're probably missing if you're not doing it. So that helps tremendously. And so if you can just, you know, sprinkle a bit of cardio, a bit of resistance training in there, that should unlock like an entirely different thing for you. For cardio, I suggest you find like a sport that you like, or maybe sport is not the word, but like some kind of a, I guess it is the word, but yeah, something you like doing, like I don't know, could be anything. I think it's hands down the best way to do cardio, because you don't think about doing cardio when you're playing a sport like basketball, tennis, soccer, wall climbing, ping pong, whatever it is, like you don't think about it. So I really suggest, like, if there's something you like, something you've done before, or just the idea of something you'd like, just like find a club, find a way of doing it. But that's really the best way of doing it. And I'm also trying to talk to myself, because I need to do more cardio, and it's just like a tremendous way of doing it. Or if you like hiking, like in the wilderness, whatever. And a better way of doing that is like getting a rucksack with some weight in there and walking. That's a tremendous thing to do. So I'd suggest that maybe that's the first step for cardio. Because like walking on a treadmill or elliptical or whatever rowing machine, like if you're just doing it for that, you can just lose your mind doing that. So I would suggest that. But for resistance training, I mean, I didn't love this out of the gate. I didn't love the barbell. I didn't love this stuff, but I did learn to love it through the application of it, and now I don't want to live without it. So it's there's nothing like it. There's nothing like putting your body and all of its force and strength against a barbell. It just feels so good to use and test your strength, and it just makes your health, like the health benefits are so numerous that it's very much a no-brainer. Obviously you could do like a strength sport as well, but I don't know, lifting weights pretty hard to beat. You start questioning you question everything on a long set of squatting. All right, so that feels pretty good. I wanna, instead of keeping going, I wanna actually add some weight here. But yeah, I think with a cardio resistance training combo, you're gonna I mean, getting to, I don't know what your target weight is, but if you're 270 now, yeah, I mean, and if you don't do those things, then you're definitely going to get quite a bit of that off. I'd probably estimate as much as you want. I don't know your build and all the other stuff, but you have dumbbells. Well, that's really good. You can start with those for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you have dumbbells, I don't know how much weight you have on the dumbbell, but you can definitely do quite a bit. So one of the things you could do. All right, so I have this one really. Well, I got like a 40 kilo dumbbell down there, but that's only for special cases. Some of the things you could do, if you have like a bench, you could also use a table or something like that, but basically a row is going to be a good one. You can YouTube search good videos for this, but like a dumbbell row, this is a really good exercise for your back. Just fantastic. You can get going with that, and also you can get pretty. Okay, so you got 5, 10, 15, 20 pounds. So in pounds, yeah, I'd say you probably want to get more weight, because I think 20 pounds is like less than half is in kilos, I guess. So maybe I'd say for like maybe 20 kg could be a lot of weight if you haven't done anything, but I'd probably maybe double that at least to get going. Not that you have to lift it as you start, you shouldn't, but I mean just like, because you're probably going to see progression pretty fast, so it should be you should have a bit more to play with. Another thing you can do is the dumbbell press, although I would say this is more technical, but yeah, one arm dumbbell press. I would suggest doing this one arm at a time. You want to make sure your shoulders to the back, down and yeah, back and down, and then from that position I need to crouch a bit because otherwise I'm going to hit the pipes up there. But yeah, you can press from this position. This is going to be super hard, even with low weights, if you haven't done anything before. So don't be discouraged by how difficult it is. And also you could do floor pressing. So, lying on the floor, on your back, like you've seen bench pressers, on the bench. Same thing, but lying on the floor, and you just press from the floor. Obviously you can't take your elbow past the floor, but even doing that is better than not doing anything at all. And if you have a bench, like something like this, then you can obviously go even further down than with a barbell. Bench press, overhead press, row. You could also hold the dumbbells in your hand, and then just, if you have a bench again, or just a chair, you can sit with them here and come back up. If you want to make it harder, keep the tension as you go down so that you don't actually rest in between, because then you loosen up. So, and also you can do what I did before, the Romanian deadlift. So you could have the dumbbells in your hand, begin to lower yourself down, hinging from the hips. So don't arch your back like that, don't let it round. Back straight, going down with dumbbells and come back up. So that already covers a lot of bases. If you do that consistently, keep adding weight, you're probably going to find that 20 pounds is going to be very light for you pretty quickly if you keep doing that. But I would recommend you go to the gym, like find a good gym. eventually. I understand if you don't want to jump in there immediately, but the gym is good because it's not your house, so you don't do everything at home. So you don't get sick and tired of just being home. And it's a different place which you dedicate to working out, which is good. And also they have so much great equipment for probably a pretty low price. So it's actually a great deal. So I do encourage people to get to the gym as fast as possible, but I understand if people wanna start at home first. But yeah, I think it's a good aim to be going to the gym sooner rather than later. So I'm gonna call it there because I'm undertrained. I just want this to be like a gentle easing back into this. But that felt good. I mean, apart from being weak as hell, that felt good. And also, as I go down, as I'm trying to focus on my quads, actually most of the leg, I'm trying to remain as upright as possible so that most of the load actually goes there instead of my glutes and my hamstrings. So basically the back of your legs there. Move these plates back in. All right, cool. I think that's it for today. I'm not even gonna do abs because my abs are very, very sore from the previous workout. So I'm just gonna try and conserve myself and not get too fucked up. Finest says my goal is 220 or 100 kilos. Well, then we have the same goal. I'm just coming from the other end. I was actually very close to being 100 kg back at my sort of peak strength, but since I had a heart attack last year, I wanted to do a recomposition of my physique. So I lost a lot of weight, and I couldn't work out anyway, so I was just I lost a lot of weight. But now I think I'm actually on the other side of 80 kg now, so it feels crazy that I was 20 kilos bigger at some point, almost, not quite, 15 maybe. But yeah, I think you can, I mean, you only have, but you have 50 pounds to lose. So, I mean, you've already done so much more than that. You can definitely do it. Definitely, if you do a bit of cardio, do a bit of resistance training, you probably have some kind of dietitian or nutritionist or someone. But obviously diet is the biggest thing, but the cardio and the lifting is going to help that. It's going to give you more wiggle room, because you're going to have a better appetite, more balanced, less cravings, but you're also going to burn more, so you can eat more even when you're still in a calorie deficit. So it's you can do it for sure. 50 pounds, you can do it for sure if you haven't used these aspects at all yet. What's up, Ems? I do absolutely remember our conversation on Justin Bieber. Although I wish we can maybe we can come up with some new topics. Not that I have anything against Justin Bieber, but I have to admit, you are the person who has made me think about him more than probably anyone else. Which that's kind of a weird sentence to say, but it's true. You asked a few other people about the question. They said Justin is a great choice. It is a solid choice. It is a good choice, for sure. So, yeah. The Finest says, thank you very much for the tips and knowledge. I appreciate it very much. No problem. My pleasure. You can, anytime I'm streaming, you can jump in and ask whatever you need to. And also, you can just hit me up on any of my social media. I'll be more than happy to help. But I do need to. I do want to complete this this course, because I think it can help. Can help a lot of people, because it's a different approach. Because I know what it's like to not be like a fitnessy person, and then get into it. There's a lot of mental aspects that prevent you. It's more a mental issue in my estimation, rather than actually going and doing the work, because we become defeated up here before we become defeated down here. So that's my experience. Ems says, it's something people want to see. I'm thinking of how it would realistically happen. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get on some kind of a list somewhere if you're planning to get Justin and tie him to a chair and tickle him. You either need a lot of money, or you need to do something criminal, or you need good connections, good friends. Alright, that's it for today. I'm gonna hit the shower and start working on other stuff. So thanks for tuning in. Nice to have you here. Nice to meet you, Finest, and nice to see you here again, Ems. So, alright, take care. See you next time. Finished.